say that it feels right.
Hey guys, Josh Taylor Vlogs here, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Halloween 2018 movie. I actually just got back from the theater. It is now 10:18 p.m. and my local theater, NCG Cinemas, was showing it a day early because technically it's not supposed to come out till tomorrow, Friday, October 19th, but our theater was showing it at 7 p.m. for the first time ever. As far as the local showings go, so we were the first people to see it basically in our town, and I just wanted to do a quick review on it and tell you guys my thoughts. I'm a huge Halloween fan. I have my Halloween 2 shirt that my friend Walter got me from Spencer's yesterday, so that's pretty awesome. Shout out to Walter. And I don't know, I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on this, I guess. I have always been a big Halloween fan. Halloween was one of the first film series that I've ever watched that was horror, so I've always been a huge fan. I love the older ones, everything from Halloween the original until Halloween Resurrection, and a lot of people hate on the different sequels, including Resurrection, but I still really liked it. We just got out of the theater and just got home from there, and I don't know, I'm just going to talk about it a little bit, I guess. So I just want to say I did like this film. It was good. There were some cool ideas with it, and there may be some spoilers in this video, although I'm not going to try to ruin very many for you guys. But basically, I went into this film with high hopes because there had been a rumor about a new Halloween film for several years now, and it was confirmed, and then, I've been watching the preview for a month and a half or 2 months, I want to say, something like that. Not a film expert, so I don't know the exact dates, so bear with me. But I did enjoy the film, I will say that. I thought it was very cool that they kind of skipped the other sequels of Halloween, even though I enjoy them. It was just kind of neat to take off from the first movie, which came out in 1978. It was really cool because in the beginning there were some podcasters. They wanted to get the scoop on Michael Myers and kind of interact with him directly, so they actually went to the prison where he had been held for about 40 years or so, estimation, of course. So they went there and went to the courtyard where Michael was chained up on this cement block with this long chain. In the preview for Halloween, they showed this scene where the one podcaster, he was showing the mask to Michael, or saying, "Hey Michael, I've got something for you," basically, and trying to see if it would trigger Michael. And in the preview, it did trigger Michael. He was just basically shaking around, trying to break off his chains, and freaking out. But in the movie, they actually did not have him trying to break out of his chains or anything. In the movie, he might have reacted a little bit. It's still, somewhat fresh in my mind, I guess, but he did not react like he did in the preview, so I was slightly disappointed because that was one of the scenes that really hyped me up in order to see it. Of course, as a Halloween fan, I wanted to see the movie regardless, but I don't know, I just wish that they would have actually included it in the theatrical cut of the movie. Still, it's whatever, I guess. But so that was kind of a weird thing that they basically used it in the preview, but whatever. So in the first half of the movie, I still, like I said, I did like it. They re-examined Laurie Strode, who was the babysitter who survived from the 1978 killings, and then showed her family and how her daughter was actually kind of withdrawn from Laurie Strode because Laurie Strode brought her up for Doomsday, basically prepping for if Michael Myers ever returned because of her horrific experience in the first movie. So that was interesting, and basically Laurie Strode's family was estranged from her because, they wanted to move on and didn't really think about Michael like that. But, of course, if you are the victim of a crime, it's probably different. So, I don't know. That was interesting. In the first half of the movie, it seemed like they kind of poked fun at themselves, like the Halloween series a little bit. The babysitter who was shown in the preview and in the actual theatrical cut It was interesting. I don't know. She kind of like was trying to scare the kid she was babysitting, so that was okay, I guess. But the kid basically had said the boogeyman was in the house and everything, and then the babysitter tried to scare him, and then she ended up getting her own fate. But as it how do I say this? As it is typical for most horror movies, the babysitter was basically helpless when Michael came out, and she realized, in fact, that the child was not lying and that the boogeyman was there. It was stereotypical. She was helpless. She wouldn't defend herself, etc. But so that was okay. I don't know. It felt kind of weird because the first couple of death scenes, like, it really felt like they were trying to make it as cheesy and funny as possible. I don't know. I don't think that was their intention, but that's what it felt like to me. After the babysitter, there was another person who passed away, and prior to his death, it was like super, super cheesy. And of course, all scary movies are going to be a little bit cheesy, but it was just kind of weird. I don't know, the way that they did it. It was like I said, it was like they were poking fun at themselves, and they can do that by all means, but I felt like it could have been a more serious tone, I suppose. Whereas, even if they were cheesy, some of the earlier movies did have a more serious tone, I feel like, but that's just me. Could be wrong, whatever. That's just my opinion. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion. But, so that happened, and then, by the time that death had happened, the family had reunited, and Laurie Strode was all prepared and everything. The father was very naive, the father of the Laurie Strode's granddaughter, so I felt like, if he was involved in this family where someone had almost been killed, that he might have been more prepared, but I suppose it made for an interesting scene. I'm not going to go into any more about that because I've given you guys enough spoilers, but I don't know. I felt like he was very, very naive for that scene in the movie. And it was kind of cool because Laurie Strode had her house all decked out and prepared in case Michael ever escaped, which he did, obviously. But she had this trap door to the basement, and it was secret, kind of, unless you knew the button to open it. So that was kind of interesting. Excuse me. So, I don't know. I keep saying That's one of my big problems. I always say but I did enjoy the movie quite a bit. I would recommend it if you're a hardcore Halloween fan. If you're not, you might think it's dumb, you might like it. Somebody in the theater said that was like the second best horror movie they've ever seen. I will say the ending was interesting with Michael and the family and what they chose to do. So, like I said, I know I've given you guys some spoilers, but I don't want to spoil all of it for you. But, I don't know, I feel like it was a good rendition, and it's definitely worth a watch. I'll definitely be buying it on Blu-ray whenever it comes out. But it was weird in the first half that it was like so cheesy and almost poking fun at itself. So, one of my favorite scenes was where Michael had actually killed like the mechanic, kind of like a reference to the first movie. And he actually stalked one of the podcasters, spoiler alert again, but he had stalked one of the podcasters while she was using the restroom in a stall, and he actually took the mechanic that he had just killed, and he took all of his teeth and like reached over the edge of the stall and just dumped them, so all the teeth fell on the floor right in front of the podcaster. I thought that was a really cool angle and idea, so that was quite interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what more to say about this other than it's worth a watch. Maybe you won't like it, maybe you will. Even though I had a couple of issues with it, I still enjoyed it. And this was the first Halloween series movie I've ever seen in theaters, so that was quite cool. Went with Mark, my friend Marla, and my friend Walt. So that was pretty fun. Got to hang out with some friends and got to see one of my favorite film franchises, the newest film rendition in theaters. I will say that the ending kind of left it open-ended, so I'm hoping there will be a sequel sometime in the future, and if that's the case, I will definitely be seeing it in theaters. So I don't know if this was helpful or useful or not, so I'm sorry you guys, I'm not a movie critic, realistically, but I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on the movie without going into too much detail. So if you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button below. hit the subscribe button, please, and hit the push bell notification so you're notified each and every time I upload a new video. As of today, unless someone unsubscribes, we are at 900 subscribers, you guys. I am just so excited about that. It is so cool. When I started YouTube 10 years ago, I just never really would have thought of making it this far, and I'm happy that I have continued to make videos for you guys. And for those of you that have stuck around, I really do appreciate your support. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Smash that like button below. Leave a comment. Peace out.